Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to automate the PR review process. So you might know that the review process take much time because we have to create our PR and that PR will go to the senior person, and that senior person they need to manually review it, and then they will give you the comments, or they will approve it. But today what we are going to do is we are going to automate this process without any human interaction. So first I will show you that how the comments are, then we are going to configure it step by step. So that was my PR, which I previously created 26 minutes ago, and look at the comments. So these are comments which nobody gave me. The only AI which gone through my PR and identify these type of stuff which I need to implement in my code so that it should be accordingly up to the mark. So see, these are the comments which are automatically being assigned once I gave my PR and push my PR. So see, these critical issues, this error handling was not there. I intentionally did all those things so that my PR should have some comments over there. And see, the use strongly typed models, they are not being there. Configuration validation is not up to the mark. So these are the stuff which automatically being identified. And see, if any human is going to review my PR, then definitely it will take a time to look into all those stuff, and then finally he will give us the comments. But it is automatically being created by AI. So for that, what things we needed, I'm going to show you what tool we needed and what type of code we need to configure it. So let's get started. Directly, I'm going to show you some configuration so that before going into the code depth, I wanted to show you these are the things which we needed. So for to work with the GitHub, we need to have a token over there. That is a personal access token. I will show you how we can get that. And if you have DeepSeek paid version, then you can get those API keys from there. And if you have not the paid version, then definitely if you wanted to do on the free version, then we will do is OpenRouter. There is a free version, I would say, and it provides some credit so that we can use it. So these three things or two things we needed, whatever suits you. I mean, if you have the paid version, then you can use it, or otherwise you can use the OpenRouter. I have configured both of them. So these are the configuration which we needed. So before going to the code itself, I'm just showing you that how we can get the token from Git. So wherever you have your repository, then go to your, for example, your icon, click over there, and there is a setting. Click on that setting, and at the bottom you will see developer settings over there. And developer settings, you will see two things over there: both apps or the personal access token PAT. So what we're going to do is we are getting the token classic from there. So I have already generated it. We can delete it and you can create your own token again. So for example, let me show you what I have given the rights to this token. So this is very important thing in order to make it automated. So once you create the token, you will see all those scopes available. So I'm giving a scope that the repo things should be selected over there. Workflow should be. I mean, this is optional, but the sake of this demo, we can just have the repo. But I have given all those comments. The admin rights are also needed so that it can read everything. The GST, the create guest should also be ticked over there, and these are the steps. So once you will create your token, you will get the token in the same manner as I have taken from here. So the first thing first, token would be there. And then the second thing is in the open router, that is a paid and free version, I would say. It is paid, but we can also use the free version over there. So you just need to sign up over there. It has plenty of models available, but what we are doing is we are going to use the only the free version, I would say. And from here you can also get your token. That is pretty much straightforward. Let me show you that how we can get the token from here as well. So see, we have API keys available. This is not the token, but API key. You can create your own API key, which I have already created, and from there you can get the API key, and that API key need to be given in our open route. So two things has been configured. The last thing, which is very important as well, if you people are doing it locally, then locally GitHub will not accept any of the webhooks because we are using the webhook, so that webhook is the same thing that the event triggers. So once our peer would be pushed, then at that level it will call back to our code. So our code was not yet deployed. If you have deployed version, then that's fine. Otherwise, if you have local host, then GitHub will not accept and our code will not be called. So in order to make that happen, what we have to do is we have to have the Ngrok, that is, I would say, a free version or the paid version, whatever suits you. You can download it from here, and once downloaded, we just need to give it our local host port so that it will give you a free deployed version, I would say. So what will happen is once it will be called, I will show you that where we can configure it. Once it will be called, it will directly move to our port. So in that way, our webhook will be called. So once these things are being configured, for example, we also have the forwarding available here. So what we have to do is we just need to go to GitHub again just for the configuration. Then we will move to the code itself. So I'm moving back to my repositories again, I would say, for example, and whatever the repository we wanted to use, I'm going to into that repository, and then we need to go to the setting. In the setting, you will see a webhook is available. So this is the triggering point, I would say. So webhook mean definitely it is automatically being called because what we have to do is we just need to create the PR, and that PR automatically, once it will come to this repo, our code will be called. So in that way, what we have to do is we need to add the webhook. I already added. I'm just going to edit it so that I can show that how it works. So once I click it, see, this is the same URL which was available here. As you can see, the same URL dot dev, and after that, my endpoint. So I'm going to show you the endpoint, that is webhook and GitHub. So once that is done, what we have to do is we need to provide the content type as a JSON, and these the rest of the things we don't need to change. But only one thing we need to change is that would be the triggering point. Let me show you. So only pull requests need to be clicked over here. So once it is clicked, we need to save it and it should be active. So your configuration is done. So far what we have done is all those configuration we have already configured. We have taken the API key, we have created the webhook, and we have the API key available, and then the Ngrok for the local host to work as a deployed version. So now I'm moving to my code itself. So as far as the code is concerned, I have created a webhook controller over there, and that controller is associated with multiple services, I would say. So as you can see, that was the route which I showed you while configuring the GitHub. So in that controller, I have given some I would say constructor parameter that GitHub should be provided over there. That is a service, and then DeepSeek if needed, and then the Grok service. Grok is I would say a paid version. So with the help of OpenRouter, I'm using the Grok. So that is also we have initiated over here. And this is what our endpoint would be automatically being called. We are not going to call it, it will automatically be called. So in this webhook, what we'll do is it will get the repo full name, PR number. Automatically, these things would be there. Who is the owner? What is the repo? And then automatically it will get the code from our PR, and then the review code will be called over there. I'm just going to show you that how it works, and then it will post the comment. So there are three steps. One, once the PR would be created, automatically this endpoint will be called. It will get the PR, it will review the code, and then will post the comment. So this is the review code service. Let me show you that service as well. So what this service is going to do is OpenRouter API is provided over there. It will have the free version of the model, as I told you, and this is the message which, in other words, you can say this is the prompt which we are going to provide it. So what you're saying is your system and you are a senior software engineer reviewing the code. being a user, review this code and suggest the improvement. So it will run this prompt, and accordingly we are going to provide the JSON of this request, and then the request body would be created over there, and this is the endpoint which need to be hit, and these are the headers we need to provide it, and then then our itself our content will be provided over there, and once it will respond in 200, and then we will send back the messages which are coming back to our actual code. So once that is done, the last thing would be the post comment. So what it will do is automatically it will post the comments as I showed in the start of our video. So so far I have done two changes over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to first start it, and then what I will do is I will create a PR so that I can show you that how these PR comments would be there and how the PR will automatically be reviewed. So let's get started with execution this code. It will take some time. So give some time to it so that it can start. Fine. So our code is running fine. So I'm going to push my changes. These are the two changes which I did. So I'm just giving some comments over there, like code refactor resuming, just for the sake of this demo. And then I'm going to commit these two changes. I'm going to push it. So once pushed, I will create the PR, and then the magic will start from there. So I'm just going to create the PR. So let's see our code runs or not accordingly. So in default comments, I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to create the PR. Let's see what happens. See, our PR has been created and our webhook automatically called it, right? So once it will be called, definitely it will go to the review. So I'm also going to put a breakpoint over there so that it is already there. So it is automatically being called. It picked everything. Who is the owner? What is the repo? And what is the PR number? PR number is 5. So let's see what happens. So it will move on in the same manner as we are doing. Let me move over. So what it is going to do is it is picking all those files. I'm just continuing it so that it can move to the review code itself. So the code is there. Now our reviewer part has been called. So the prompt request is there. Then it will serialize the request, and then HTTP request headers are being added over there, and then the content itself, and then the real part. I mean, we are just waiting the comment. It will take some time because definitely it will review all those PR item, and once done, you will see that the status code 200 has been provided over there, and then it will give us the response accordingly, and that the content is being passed. So the last part is going to come here. So the PR has been reviewed. Now it is going to add the comments over there. Let's see what happens. So our post comments are being posted. So done. So it means our process has been completed. Now let's move back to our PR itself and see what happens over there. So commits are there. That is fine. The conversation is there. Let's see, is there anything which came out? Oh, yes, we have some comments over there. See, just now, here are the review for provided the suggested improvement. So these are the things which we need to implement in our code. And these are the revised code snippet we need to have. Configuration section need to be updated. So these type of stuff, it is already being reviewed, and it has provided us the comments. So guys, that's all for the process in which we configure the automatically PR process in which our PRs are being reviewed and we are getting the value comments over there. So I hope this video will give you some insight that how you can automate your process. So do let me know in the comments that how you find this video, and I will keep you posted on further stuff. Thank you so much.